Kash Patel has now been confirmed as the director of the FBI, and honestly, he looks as surprised as we are. But this isn't actually surprising because Donald Trump has gotten through every single one of these super controversial appointments that he's wanted to make. Consider RFK Jr., libeled and slandered as totally unqualified, some kind of an anti-vaccine nut job. He was never going to get confirmed. Well, sure enough, he was confirmed and is the director of the HHS. Think about others like Tulsi Gabbard, Kristi Noem. Think about Pam Bondi as the Attorney General after Matt Gaetz, Matt being the one appointment that Trump did nominate and didn't end up getting. Matt Gaetz was out, but Pam Bondi is in. Do you really think that that's going to slow Trump down? I think he's going to get just as much success with Pam as his Attorney General as what he would have had with Matt. We've also got Pete Hegseth as the Secretary of Defense, and the list goes on. We were told by the dinosaur lamestream media that these appointments were unconfirmable. The Senate were never going to play along. Trump was picking loyalists instead of competency. He was picking people who weren't going to know how to do their jobs, and he was picking them because he had to protect himself from the real world. He had to have loyalists close to him. He couldn't trust anybody else. Remember, this is a man who supposedly has been in bed with Russia. You remember the Russia collusion hoax, that dossier that was pushed? You remember the golden shower lie that was pushed in the media for ages? Apparently, Putin had leverage on Donald Trump because they had photos of him in some compromising situation in Russia, apparently. Where are those photos? They are nowhere to be seen. Trump apparently pisses off all women. He can't have women in his cabinet. Well, actually, he's got a truckload of competent, capable, confident women who are doing an extremely good job in the roles that he's given to them. He's, of course, got a race problem, which is naturally why he picks Kash Patel, Kash's family being of Indian extraction, and actually his parents spending quite a lot of time in Uganda before moving to the US, where Kash was born. This is a guy who supposedly couldn't find friends anywhere else, and so he was scraping the bottom of the barrel to be able to fill these positions with loyalists that were never going to get approved by the Senate. Well, I would say that Trump has proved all of that to be the complete nonsense that it so obviously is. Not only have these people been appointed, but they are proving themselves very, very quickly to be competent. They are across the issues. They understand how government works. They understand how this department works. The truth is, they're not incompetent, they're honest. They're too competent. They're terrifying to the deep state and the bureaucrats that are be able to hide under this layer of bureaucracy and shelter themselves in the shadows of Washington, D.C. And now these people, these Trump loyalists, I would argue are actually American voter and American taxpayer loyalists because they're bringing sunlight into those shadowy places. They're bringing transparency to what has been a completely opaque, very expensive US government operation that has grown and metastasized over the last 100 years into something that the American founding fathers would never have recognized. Donald Trump has picked the A-team. He's assembled his team. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Trump because it's nothing like what we saw from Trump 1.0, 2016 to 2020. He got sucked in to trusting people from the swamp. He got sucked into appointing people into these crucial roles who were swamp creatures, and they thwarted him and delayed him and defused him at every single turn. Well, thank God he learned from that, because when he got re-elected, I was afraid that we were going to see a repeat of the same mistakes. But boy, has he proven me wrong. We're only 1 month in. Can you believe we're only 1 month in? The things that we have seen in the last month from the new Donald Trump administration in the United States are things that honestly I thought I might never see in my lifetime. And when he was elected, I didn't dare to hope that he was actually going to do it this time after being, in my opinion, quite a failure the first time around. But wow, what a difference 4 years makes. I don't know, maybe it was the 4 years, maybe it was the assassination attempts, I don't know what. But the Donald Trump that we are seeing this time around, Donald Trump 2.0, the return of the Trump, is an entirely different man. And we can see that because he's made entirely different picks to play these critical roles within his administration. Not only has he picked them, he's got them confirmed. All the controversial ones are done. Now, yes, there's a heap more to go. There's a bunch of them that you'll never hear of. But the controversial ones, the ones we were told would never happen, well, they're all done now, with the exception of Matt Gaetz. Every single other one got through. He's assembled his A-team. And if you thought the last month was crazy, I think buckle up, because now that he's got all the crucial people in all the crucial places, I think, if anything, the pace is actually going to accelerate. Tell me what you think in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Is Trump 2.0 actually going to continue and deliver on all the promises that he failed to deliver on as Trump 1.0. Tell me what you think in the comments.